I am large, I am in charge, and I am hosting this debate of the week. That makes no damn sense, but it did. Alright, this is about Ryback and winning the IC belt. What now for Ryback as IC champ? Well, I'm seeing this in respect. Ryback, who came in with the Nexus, but unfortunately broke his ankle in 3 places severely, comes back, turns to Ryback. I can't remember what his name was before. Skip Sheffield, I believe. But the point is, no matter what name he really went by, Ryback is now his name, and now he's IC champ. I truly believe that if he's given time to run with this belt, he will get enough credibility that he can go right back into the world titles, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship title scene, like he did when it was the WWE Championship, when he had to deal with Cena, he had to deal with CM Punk. I really believe by then he'll be ready. I say about a year. By the end of this year, if he loses the title or he keeps it all the way to the end of the year, I believe by next year he'll be ready to go to the World Heavyweight Championship title picture. He just needs time, ladies and gentlemen. And this is something that the WWE has a problem with. 2 things. 1, they shoot somebody new and really hot out without giving them enough time to really build up. And then worse, they don't stick with them. They drop them like a hot potato. I believe Vincent K. McMahon said it himself. We like to thrust people into position and then we like to drop them. And then let them just sit and see what they do. Do they go up? Do they go down? No! You don't do that! There are rare instances that actually works. I won't lie about that. They've done that with several people. They've done that with The Rock. They did that with Austin. They did that with some people like a Bret Hart at certain points. As Shawn Michaels at certain points. I understand that kind of can work. But this isn't back in the 90s and the late 90s and early 2000s, 2015. The system is different now. People don't see things like they used to do it. Videotapes used to be the main reason people knew about wrestling. I watched wrestling on cable when it was just basic cable. Back in the 80s and 90s when I was a little kid into an adult. People used to share tapes between one another. They didn't have the internet at the point like it is now where you can just click something, click, and you can see anything from New Japan Pro Wrestling, or AAA, or Evolution, or ROH, or TNA. Things are different. You can't do the same model like you did when it came back in the 80s and 90s and just raise them up to a certain extent, drop them and leave them there and see what happens. Crowds don't work like that anymore. You can't do that. And with the WWE, they have a tendency to drop their people very easily and then not only keep them stagnant for a little while, they keep them longer than they did back in the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s. They would keep them so long by the time they try to bring them back up, people don't care. And then worse yet, their writers don't write well anymore. They're lucky if they can get 1 or 2 storylines, and that could be for the entire year. They never do storylines right. And you'll be lucky if you keep the same storyline for 6 months to a year. They used to be able to do 6 or 7 storylines at once during the late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, late 90s, and early 2000s, like that. They had such a powerful writing team, and now it's a shadow of itself. So when you look at a Ryback, and sorry I went on a rant, but when you look at a Ryback, Ryback has all the tools that the crowd and the WWE wants, but doesn't mean the WWE is going to pull the trigger. Now I said this on my, I can't believe I blanked on Elimination Chamber. I've already done this 3rd one today. Actually, this is the 5th video I fucked up a couple of times. Sorry. But essentially, when you see this with Ryback, they have a chance with Ryback to fix the wrongs they did back in 2012. He was rising so well. By the time the end of 2012 to 13, he was buried. Buried. When it came to CM Punk, it was just beginning. By the time he reached John Cena, it was total burial. And it was over. And they didn't need to bury him. He could have been a very good star by 2013 to 14. And by 15, he would already been in the world title scene for at least a year. And we needed that compared to what it was 2 or 3 years ago, particularly Daniel Bryan is gone for the moment. CM Punk left easily. Batista left easily. Brock Lesnar's not there constantly. He's a part-time worker. And Sting, who just came in WrestleMania 31, only stayed for WrestleMania 31. And now he's gone and possibly won't be back until the middle or the end of the year if he is still on the roster, which I believe he is. So we needed more life. And I'm hoping with the WWE to understand now with Ryback as IC champ, do not drop the man. Let him hold the title and give him something to do. If you don't give him a storyline to work with, if you don't give him people to work with, if you don't let him once in a while he holds the IC belt, make him relevant, then there was no point in putting him on the belt in the first place. Look at Bad News Barrett. Bad News Barrett, when he first came out, along with Sheffield, truly had potential. But then he was buried by Randy Orton. He was buried by John Cena. He was buried to a certain extent, working with Sheamus. You tell me I'm wrong. And when it really comes down to, when you look at him now, next to several injuries, which really did mess up his viability to the WWE. He's been hurt at least 2 or 3 times already. I can understand them being hesitant with him. But when you really look at it, before he was hurt, when he was red hot, they fucked him over. So with the WWE, I'm very worried for Ryback. But I see such promise with him. He can easily be in the main title. He can easily make people want to say, feed me more. And I am so happy about that. But I'm cautious. But how do you feel about Ryback yourself? Do you believe, as champ, does he have viability for the WWE World Heavyweight title scene or not eventually? Or do you believe he can't get any farther than where he is as either IC or eventually US champion? So I hope you enjoyed this debate of the week. Please give me a comment below. Excuse me. Give me an idea for debate of the week. I'm more than happy to look at, think about it, research it, and give you my thoughts on it. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace out.